is how much does it cost to make an app? How much does it cost to make an app is a very common question. If you interact with any client, this question is very common exactly as far as I have seen over the last 2 decades. Over the past 8 years, I have been involved with over 400 mobile apps, which are Android and iOS, and built thought leadership. Means basically, what are the customer thought involved in those? That is known as thought leadership on the platform like Android and iOS. And I have learned a lot about how to find the perfect app developer at the right place. Today, I will be guiding to all the people across the globe that how much does it cost to make an app. Let us have a clarity. Let us demystify this. Let us remove all the myth. The primary driver of the price of building an app is the cost of technical developer. For example, hiring offshore developers. Suppose we are in India, we need to hire from Australia or UK or any state. Will be significantly cheaper than hiring domestic developers. This is a thought process. But if you go to US, they hire Indian only, offshore only, because Indians are cheaper. But from an Indian perspective, if I'll talk, this is not true. India is always cheaper as compared to the globe. And an established firm will cost you more than a freelancer hire. But there are plus and minus side to that also. However, the upfront price you are quoted does not tell you everything. There is a very little iceberg which you are seeing. There is a beneath the iceberg, a lot more hazy thing, lazy thing, hidden things are there. Somebody will say that, look, I'll be developing your app in 50,000. Wow, I'm getting the app in 50,000. Okay, another fellow quoted me 3 lakh. Wow, 1/6 the price. But don't decide just with the price point that you will be getting a good app. App development is complicated, and hence there are a lot of variables that go into completing an app successfully. Because there is so many different variables, the price for a mobile app could range anywhere from 2 lakh to 4 crores and even more than that. But starting price is 2 lakh, not even 1 lakh. However, the price range will typically be somewhere between 15 to 20 lakhs and 1 crore for most of the app. But whatever I said before is basically all these things. And people ask me, sir, 20,000 is the app, how much I can maximum pay it? So you are creating a home and you are just expecting to play marble everything everywhere, and you need to have a very lounge where you want to sit also and want to have a 20,000 budget. Isn't it a shameful thing, expectation, as far as the reality is concerned? We don't promise that we'll be creating a cheaper app with application. With the entire development process, it is taking 12 to 20 weeks and sometimes 24 weeks, sometimes 50 weeks. 50 weeks is around 1 year. 24 weeks is 2 quarters, 6 months. And 12 week is, a quarter. You please understand this. And have you ever understood another side? How many people are involved in that project? A UI UX designer designs the screen, then people do the back end, then front end developer, app developer, database engineer, testing engineer, so many things, decision making, flow chart, roadmap, so many things we have to create. It is not like a baby's job, like creating an app in 20,000 or 50,000 and expect a business 1 crore out of it. It's not going to get any kind of miracle in creating an app and expect it. No, building an app is obviously a hefty investment, both in time and money. What determines where your app will fall with this cost range? Let us discuss where your app will fall, in which caveat, which range. Is it 10 to 15 lakhs? Is it 1 crore? Is it in 2 lakhs? And what? So again, the same question, how much my app will cost? I am saying consider these 5 factors which I am discussing today. Only these 5 factors, no more things. What is the first factor? Your app development priorities. There are 3 things which you cannot expect in any app. They are quality, cost, and speed. You need a high quality speed tomorrow, day after tomorrow. Sir, give me in 5 days. What nonsense is this? Quality, cost, speed, three things you cannot expect at a time. Any two. Quality, cost, quality, speed, cost, speed. Three things are there. Quality, cost, speed. Three things you cannot expect. You can expect a high quality, speed, sir, give me in 7 days. No, you are just a mad person. Our company or me as a consultant is not going to entertain you. Why? Because you are not educated. You don't know the basics of the app development, right? So many people, they don't care about the price. They care about the quality. They care about the deployment agility. Agility means with the what priority, which process you work it. So let us discuss the first point, which is my favorite. Your app development priorities. That is three: quality, cost, speed. You cannot expect these three at a time. Understand the logic. Quality, I am expecting high quality, and speed, I am saying that give me in 7 days. What nonsense is this? It will come with a cost, it will come with a quality, and speed will be lowered, isn't it? If I'm expecting a high quality, speed will be lowered. I need a high speed, I need to compromise quality. Quality you cannot talk about. If you need a spot, cost definitely will be in your favor. What is that? Less cost, because speed is fast. There will be bugs, there will be problem. So three things discuss when you talk to client also: quality, cost, speed. Three things we cannot give. Anybody gives, is a mad company. It is important that you be honest with yourself and your priorities. What are these three? A golden rule of the software development lies in these three things: quality, cost, and speed. Take the three attributes: good, fast, cheap. Okay. Good, quality is good, not excellent. Fast, because I need quicker, and cheap. Absolutely, I can give you. You can pick any two attributes for your project, but you cannot have all three. Good, fast, cheap. You can pick any two for your project, but you cannot have all three. Again, I'm repeating. Finding a development firm who claims they will make a great quality app very quickly and with an inexpensive budget is a red flag, is a danger. They are frauds. You get what you pay for. It seems to be basically moderately true. It probably is. It is a red flag. They are cheaters. They cannot do this. It is impossible. As far as my 21 years experience is concerned, there is no magic in it. Let us assume you want a quality app, which leaves you to choose between a large budget with a shorter development time or a smaller budget with a longer time. My preferred development time frame is no longer than 12 weeks, somebody said, or 15 weeks. Your total timeline will be longer because you also need time upfront for design and product definition, clarity, flowchart, roadmap, all these things. If you want to use offshore or outsource it, the resources, and decrease the price, you can hire people from Sri Lanka. You can hire people from maybe Bangladesh. What happens? The clarity will be different. You cannot have a Bangladesh number and dial them and talk to them. Even international things are there. So it is up to you. How much cost you can see difference in offshore? Maybe 10 to 15%, maybe 20% sometimes. So if you want to use offshore resources and decrease the price, then what will happen? Assume an additional 6 to 12 weeks to be added with the time. It will take more time because people, they are freelancers. They don't care about you. They are parallelly working with another 30 projects, 20 projects, 10 projects. So you will consume double the time. Do you know this? The development time will just double. So this is the first factor which I discuss is your app development priorities: quality, cost, and speed. Now, let us look into the second very important thing is like I'm involved in a company called UD Technology, and there we do everything in-house. And also people have another choice like offshore or outsource to some other country or maybe some other people. So in-house versus offshore development companies or maybe the options. This is the second option. You have to choose the second thing like in-house you need to do by hiring the people and do that, or you need to outsource that. You are hiring a developer because they know how to execute the whole sorts of your idea which you have and execute them very fantastically well. The only way they will build a core competency in programming software is they have resources in hand, they have hands-on experience, they have end-to-end solution. Unfortunately, it is pretty easy for a firm to say, of course, all our developers are in-house, when that is often not true. We as a company also sometimes very high critical thing where people offer 1.5 lakh for only the monthly thing, we outsource it, to be very honest with you. And that is what the honesty lies in between. And that could be 5%. Most of we are competent enough to handle in-house. But somewhere the agility, what it does is to be very honest with our approach. Some firms will say all their resources are onshore, not offshore, onshore. In reality, they may have their design resources locally, but their development offshore. Then how do you know it? So ask them powerful questions like time. How much time you need to develop the thing? Then you will know this. It's a very fast crap product you will get. It is moderate time with the agility. Definitely you are getting a good product, and you need to have a roadmap what they are creating. So ask basically who the specific team members would be on the project, their experience. Can I have their LinkedIn profile, and ask to see what past apps they have worked on. You can also ask to take take a decision like talk to the resources, and maybe like me, I interact with the clients and evaluate their communication skills, how confident they are misguiding or not. All these things you can know. Although offshore development is significantly cheaper, hiring in-house engineer will make a big difference during your design phase. That means if you have a contract with company, many companies they do have contract with us. It also will save you time, money down the road by bringing technical knowledge into the product plan. So second point is very much critical as far as the whole process is concerned. And also I would like to add a certain more point, like some firms will say all their resources are maybe very talented, and this is an easy way basically to say big thing about themselves. Basically have a look at their LinkedIn profile, what they are saying, all these things which I discussed before also. This is an easy way for developer to charge onshore rates like Indian rates or maybe country-based rates for development and get a huge profit margin by doing appropriate diligence on the actual team members. You can basically weed these firms out. You can remove those from your list. You can know who are the culprit and who are the red flag companies. A hybrid approach also can work in situations where competent onshore means your country engineers, teams can work on the most important part of a project while using cheaper third-party resources for the more minimal work and small like tweaking work. You can outsource them. However, without a true engineering team onshore, this approach won't work. But if you have a middle range of budget, definitely you can tie up with a good company with a good credibility. And definitely I would like to say them, don't see them how they are in social media. Please look them how they are in professional platforms like LinkedIn. So technical product or technical project managers alone are not sufficient. These companies, their backend or backbone are these people, infrastructure. All these things, please do due diligence.